Alright everyone, how's it going? Check out this, my new What If shirt. You can catch me wearing all of these now. Got it at epicheroshop.com. My friend's over there. So you can catch yourself one because, look how cool it is. Other than that, let's talk about What If. Episode 3 is titled, What If the World Lost Its Mightiest Heroes. I was told this one was supposed to be something about Loki being on Earth or whatever. So when I read that title, I was like, oh shoot, what's going on? Immediately click on it because I'm like, I gotta watch this. Opens up, Natasha and Nick Fury, they're talking about the Avengers Initiative, and she's like, I can't believe you chose this guy. And it's like Iron Man of the donut. So, it's that whole scene from Iron Man 2. He's going over it with Tony Stark. His neck, he's got those marks on his neck because, it's hurting him. Natasha injects something in his neck and was like, yeah, this is supposed to help. Iron Man just falls over. And you're like, what? And he's dead. And you're like, oh my gosh, they just killed Iron Man. Next thing you know, it's in New Mexico. Thor's hammer. So they got Hawkeye up there ready to shoot. Thor's going for the hammer. Arrow. Straight to the chest. Thor. Dead. So you're like, holy crap. Like, what's actually going on here? And they're going in to inspect Hawkeye. Hawkeye's like, I did not do it. I'm not the one that shot that arrow. Like, he's like, I don't miss. I don't know what's going on. And like in the middle of talking, he collapses over. And you're like, what is going on? Like, it feels like, watching it, it feels like kind of like Scream, kind of like a slasher type thing. There's like a certain agenda to the people that are dying. And like, it's murder mystery. So they're all down. S.H.I.E.L.D. has Black Widow going in for custody and questions and all that. She breaks out, so Black Widow meets up with Betty Ross. And they're in there talking, they're trying to figure out what's going on. She tells them what's going on. And Black Widow gets a call from Nick Fury. And he's like, hey, Barton's dead. So Black Widow's like, who do I need to kill? Because they're real tight. He's like, well, they're targeting Avengers, people from the Avengers Initiative. She's like, is there anybody else on the list that I need to know about? Bruce Banner. And conveniently, he was hiding in the closet of the room they were in. Ross shows up. It's the scene from The Incredible Hulk, when they're up there in the glass walk-through thing, and they're sitting there, and Black Widow's like, hey, look, I'm an Avenger, or I'm with S.H.I.E.L.D. We're getting this worked out, no need to shoot. And someone shoots Bruce. Right there. And they're like, luckily, he can't die. And Ross is like, who shot that? And they're like, none of us. So Bruce hulks out, jumps down there, he's smashing, so much roaring, what Hulk does. And the next thing you know, he's like puffing up, but bigger and bigger. And at this point I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, they're not about to explode Hulk, and then Hulk explodes. And I was like, what? Like, I have no idea what's going on. At this point, I'm starting to think Loki's behind it, maybe. Loki comes down to Earth and gives Nick Fury, like, a day. He's like, alright, tomorrow morning, if you don't have my brother's killer, we're unleashing havoc here. We're gonna rule this place. So now Black Widow, the only one alive, she goes to some database place and she's looking through S.H.I.E.L.D. database stuff. And the last person that checked into this one program or something, it shows like Natasha Romanoff, Nicholas Fury, Janet Van Dyne. And I was like, hold up. I even rewinded. I was like, Janet Van Dyne, that seems important. That's some random that she's there. In the middle of that, she's talking to Fury. She's like, how could a girl that's been dead for 2 years just log in? That time, boom, you see this punch, a couple blows land, and I was like, holy crap, it's Hope. Because then Black Widow is on the phone with the Fury. She's like, it's Hope, Fury, it's all about Hope. And I was like, why is Hope you? I'm like, dang, this kind of took an unexpected turn. So Nick Fury goes to make a deal with Loki, because he thinks he's just about figured it out. So now, this is like the end game. Nick Fury's standing over Hope Van Dyne's grave, like a tombstone. And I'm like, she like faked her death or something. Like, this is really intense. I like this. And you see this shadowy figure walk up behind him. And Fury turns around, and it's the freaking Yellow Jacket suit. And then I'm like, oh, holy crap. It's Hank Pym, but he's Yellow Jacket. Like in the comics, that's supposed to happen. MCU skips over that. It makes the Yellow Jacket a separate character and bad guy thing. And I was just like, what? And apparently, Shield had something to do with Hope dying, and I don't all that. But there's like this really awesome fight scene, and Nick Fury just like slaps that bug to the ground. And I was like, dang, he got some nice reflexes. And then he did one other move where he like started fighting, and then I remembered he made a deal with Loki, and I was like, oh, that's Loki. Then he does all these flips and stuff, and Hank's like kind of spry for a guy who has a office, who sits in the office all day. At that point, it's obvious it's Loki. But yeah, then he does like the multiple thing. So they catch him, and then Loki decides to make a deal with Nick Fury to like pretty much unify Earth, because Loki wants to be a ruler, so he got like all the people on Earth to like unify. I still don't think it was a good thing. I couldn't tell if it was a good thing or a bad thing, because Nick Fury is still moving forward with the Avengers Initiative. He finds Cap Shield at the end, and Captain Marvel shows up. Yeah, that's the episode breakdown. Awesomeness is the voiceovers. Opening credits, name after name. I was like, these are all returning people. I'm so excited. You got Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, Mark Ruffalo, Hulk. You got Frank Grillo, his Crossbones is in there. You have freaking Clark Gregg coming back as Phil Coulson. So freaking good. But even Jamie Alexander, Lady Sif. I mean, Tom Hiddleston, Loki. So many returning people. It was so awesome. I want season 2 to expand on these universes. Like, I want to see more of what happens from this universe. I don't know if we're ever going to get that. But this was my favorite one. What if it just keeps getting better and better? We'll see if that continues with next week's episode. I have one weird thing is like the Incredible Hulk events with Mark Ruffalo just feels really weird. That's one of my notes. I'm just like, oh, I don't know about that. That feels. Yeah. You hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you thought it was crazy like I did, subscribe. Be here for next week's episode. Check out others. And I'll see you next time.